Have you ever sung a little song with your family? A song with words that dance and bounce? These are called nursery rhymes. They are short poems and songs passed down for a very, very long time. Children all over the world love them. Why? Because they are full of fun sounds. The words often rhyme, which means they sound similar, like cat, hat. This makes them catchy and easy to remember. You hear them once or twice, and suddenly you find yourself humming the tune all day long. Little pockets of joy you can carry with you. These rhymes are more than just silly songs. Tiny stories packed into a few lines. Sometimes about animals like sheep mouse. Sometimes about people like King Little Girl. Sometimes about impossible things like a cow jumping over the moon. This is what makes them magical. They spark your imagination. They make you wonder and giggle. They create a special world you can visit by singing a cheerful tune. Let's start with a very famous one. You probably know it already. It goes like this. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. It's a beautiful, gentle song, isn't it? It's often one of the first rhymes we learn to sing. The words are simple, soft. They talk about looking up into the big, dark night sky and seeing a tiny, shining light. It's a star. The person in the poem is full of wonder. They are curious. They are asking the star a question, trying to understand what it is, shining so far away. The rhyme continues, painting a lovely picture. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. This line is just brilliant. It helps us imagine how high up the star is. It's not just high, it's up above the world so high. Then it compares the star to something we know, a diamond. A diamond is sparkly precious, a shining jewel. So the rhyme tells us the star is like a beautiful gem floating in the dark velvet of the night sky. It makes the star seem very special and precious. Now here's a fun fact. The words to Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star are actually from a poem. It was written by a lady named Jane Taylor a long, long time ago in 1806. The poem was called The Star. Isn't that interesting? The tune that we all sing along to is also very famous, but it comes from a different place. It's a French melody from the 1700s called Ah vous dirai-je maman, which means Oh, shall I tell you, mother? This tune was so popular that even the famous composer Mozart used it to write some music. So our beloved nursery rhyme is actually a mix and match creation. It's English words from a poem combined with a French tune. It's like a musical friendship between two countries, coming together to create something everyone loves. It's quite amazing when you think about it. Here's another classic rhyme that you've probably heard a million times. It has a great rhythm, very bouncy. It goes, "Ba ba, black sheep, have you any wool?" It's a conversation. A person asking a question to an animal, which is a bit funny. The sheep replies straight away, yes sir, 3 bags full. The sheep is polite and helpful. 3 bags is a lot, generous and plentiful. The sheep has plenty to share. Then the sheep says who gets the wool. 1 for the master, 1 for the dame, 1 for the little boy, who lives down the lane. It feels fair and kind. Everyone gets something. On the surface, it's a simple counting rhyme and a song about where wool comes from. Now, hold on to your woolly hats because this rhyme might have a hidden story. Some people think that Ba Ba Black Sheep is not just about sharing wool. They say it's hundreds of years old and it might be about taxes. A tax is money or goods you give to the king or government. In the Middle Ages, there was a heavy tax on wool. Farmers, the masters, had to give a share to the king and another share to the church. The 3 bags full could represent the wool divided up. 1 for the master, the king or lord, 1 for the dame, the church, 1 for the little boy, a tiny bit left for the farmer's family. Suddenly it doesn't sound so cheerful. The rhyme mentions a black sheep. Black wool was less valuable than white wool. White wool could be dyed any color, but black wool couldn't. So Ba Ba Black Sheep might be the farmer grumbling. A secret complaint about taxes. A safe way to protest. We can't be 100% sure. It's a historical theory. Still, fascinating. A children's rhyme hiding political complaint. Let's move on to a real character. A very famous and very fragile character. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. This is one of the most well-known nursery rhymes in the English language. The first line sets a scene for us. We can picture it immediately. A high wall and someone named Humpty Dumpty sitting right on top. It sounds a bit dangerous, doesn't it? Sitting on a wall is a wobbly, precarious thing to do. The name Humpty Dumpty itself is fun to say. It's round and clumsy, just like the character we imagine. The rhyme quickly turns into a little drama. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Oh no! Just as we feared, sitting on that wall was not a good idea. He fell, and it wasn't just a little tumble. It was a great fall. This tells us it was a serious accident. The rhyme builds suspense. What will happen to poor Humpty? Can he be fixed? Next, help arrives! All the king's horses, all the king's men. It's not just a few people coming to help, it's the entire royal rescue team. The best and most powerful people in the kingdom are on the scene, trying to solve this big problem. Couldn't put Humpty together again. Despite all that effort, despite all the king's power, they failed. Most of us picture him as a big egg. This idea was made popular by a famous book called Through the Looking Glass. Lewis Carroll, the author of Alice in Wonderland. In that book, Alice meets Humpty Dumpty. He's drawn as a giant egg with a face. Some historians believe Humpty Dumpty wasn't a person or an egg at all. They think it was the nickname for a giant cannon. The story goes that during the English Civil War, a huge cannon nicknamed Humpty Dumpty was placed on top of a church wall in Colchester. During a big battle, the wall was damaged by enemy cannonballs, and Humpty Dumpty, the cannon, had a great fall. And of course, all the king's men couldn't put a massive, broken cannon back together again. Isn't that a brilliant story? It changes how you see the rhyme completely. It's not about a clumsy egg, it's about a dramatic moment in a real historical battle. It's a riddle, and the answer is a cannon. So why are these rhymes so important for children, especially when they are learning English? Well, it's all about the music of the words. When you sing a nursery rhyme, you are not just learning vocabulary, you are learning the rhythm and flow of the language. The patterns of sound, the ups and downs of the tune, help children hear how English is spoken. This is called phonological awareness, a fancy way of saying you become aware of the sounds that make up words. It's a super important skill for learning to read. Words like star and R, words like wall and fall. Hearing these rhyming words helps children's brains notice patterns. They start to understand words are made of smaller parts. They notice some words share the same ending sounds. This makes it easier to guess new words when they start reading. If they can read the word wall, they might figure out fall, ball, tall. Nursery rhymes are the first fun step on the ladder to confident reading. Nursery rhymes also build memory. Because they're short and repetitive, children learn them quickly. Singing bar, bar, black sheep over and over strengthens memory muscles. Singing, listening, moving all at once is one of the most powerful, joyful ways for a child to learn. A perfect example of learning through play. So, there we have it. A little peek into the wonderful and sometimes weird world of nursery rhymes. We've seen that these simple songs are so much more than just silly words. They are little packages of rhythm and sound that our brains love. Children are drawn to them because they are catchy, easy to remember, full of playful language. A world where sheep talk stars like diamonds. They are a universal part of childhood. We've discovered that many of these rhymes have a secret life. They might be hiding stories about history, politics, real events from long ago. Bar, bar, black sheep. A quiet complaint about taxes. Humpty Dumpty. Maybe a giant cannon falling from a wall in war. These hidden origins make the rhymes even more fascinating. They teach children about sounds and rhythms of English, build a strong foundation for reading. They improve memory, introduce storytelling, build vocabulary in a fun, stress-free way. They are timeless treasures that adapt to each new generation. So the next time you sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, remember you're part of a tradition hundreds of years old, packed with history, mystery, and the pure, simple joy of language.